Someone once said, "I've never had bullets fly by my head, but I've experienced freedom because of men who did. Forever thankful to every veteran's sacrifice." This is Vets and Coffee, the podcast. Finally, a podcast 100% about veterans. Looking at veterans making a difference in the veterans community. We'll help veterans, and we'll spotlight veteran-owned businesses and businesses that support and hire veterans. Plus, guzzle down some amazing coffee. Welcome to Vets and Coffee, the podcast. Now your host, Tree McLean.
Welcome. How y'all doing today? Hello,
Good,
Mr. Ricky.
Good,
Right.
Chris.
Yeah,
Gets me every time he says Tree McLean. I don't know.
that's it. Yeah, I know. I've had that name for a long time. I do. So, hey, I got a little graphic up here. It's regarding our guests. He's got an event coming up on November 12th, 2022, Veterans Day weekend. We're going to get into that just a little bit. Let me take that off so I can show him off. Of course, I got my co-host, Mr. Ricky Cruz from HCX5 Camp. So
Thanks
what's
for having me,
new?
Chris.
What's new?
Yeah, grand opening of our second location.
When's that gonna
last
be?
time we were here with Mr. Stroud.
Yeah.
We talked about the grand opening, and it's going to be September 10th in Round Rock, Texas, right outside of Austin. So if you're in the Austin area, definitely swing on by. Location,
yep.
a little marketing there.
I've got that on the
I know,
report.
I was hoping you'd hit that button. But,
Oh well, you should have told me. I would have. You
But no,
should've gone.
we're getting ready to open up. We've had our soft opening already, so grand opening September 10th, and you see here, Coach, what you see over there in that area is exactly what we have in Round Rock. So we're taking this concept somewhere else. So.
Oh, that's awesome. So our guest today is a man they call Coach Cap. If you ever go down to Combined Arms down to downtown Houston, it's a huge veteran organization facility. He's down there teaching boxing and so forth. His name is what's your name? Lance Blackwell? No.
Lawrence
Blackwell. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I knew it. I'm just messing with him. He's a U.S. Army veteran. How many years were you did with him?
So I did 17 years. They did, they were doing early retirement, so I got a chance to take advantage of that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So, yep, and they screwed you. No. So, but you didn't start out as an officer.
No. I actually started enlisted.
Yeah.
Was an aircraft electrician. Did that for 8 years. In fact, my first duty station was the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, the Night Stalkers.
Wow.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
And then after that, I put my packet in to OCS. I actually got denied the first time and resubmitted the very next year and got picked up the second. I learned what not to do. Like, for example, wear a mustache as an officer. That was one of those hard lessons I had to learn. I was like, what? That makes no sense. But it literally is an unwritten rule. Officers do not wear mustaches.
See, Coach, I had an advantage. I didn't grow facial hair till I was in my 30s, so I didn't have to worry about shaving. They didn't even ask me that question.
So I literally went to the OCS board. I had a mustache. It was clean. It was within regulation, but it was just one of those things that you don't do as officers.
Yeah, yes. Come to think of it, I don't remember seeing that. Yeah.
High and tight.
Yeah,
cut,
yeah.
No facial hair.
Yeah. So, you know what I forgot to mention or bring up the first time you were on is, your father served and everything in Vietnam. He did 25 years in the Army.
He did 25 years in the Army.
But this man's got some stars.
He does. He's my hero. 3 Purple Hearts, 4 Silver Stars, 2 Bronze Stars, all with commendation emblems on them. The man spent 4 years in Vietnam. 2 years was voluntary. He wanted to go back.
Okay.
And so he spent his time there, did his duties, and was shot 3 times, blown up by a grenade, and still went back again. So he has done his duties for this country. And,
so real quick, I want y'all to keep him in your thoughts and prayers if you would.
Absolutely. Just got diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer.
Damn.
We've done 2 chemo treatments, going to the 3rd one here in about 20 more days. Do a PET scan and MRI and CT scan, and God willing, hopefully that melts away. So
Yeah,
we can,
yeah.
be in remission and keep
How,
on with our
how old
lives.
is he now?
74.
74. Okay.
Never been sick in his life. Went for rheumatoid arthritis diagnosis. Did a chest X-ray and found a lump in his lung. So, for those out there listening, get a checkup. You never know what's happening.
Yeah, that's right. You never know.
Stay healthy. Go to the gym.
So,
HTX Fight Camp. Sorry, hit that
Yep.
button, Chris.
So hey, sorry about that, Mr. Blackwell. I just wanted to bring that up. I did. I just forgot last time, but I saw a posting the other day about it. So let's get back to your story, if you would. After you shaved your mustache off, you got on, huh?
So yeah, I I learned those are just some of those subtle lessons that I learned from mentors, which kind of leads me to why I do a lot of what I do now. This world is lacking in mentorship, and so you'd be surprised what a difference a mentor would make in young adults' lives. And that's why I do what I do in my nonprofit organization, Community Athletic Partnership, mentoring and teaching young adults through the sport of boxing. So
Yeah, and you're also, and then you're teaching at Combined Arms, of course.
teaching at Combined Arms. So veterans are free all day long, every day, and Sunday as well.
Are you over there every day?
I'm there typically Monday through Friday. We do come in sometimes on the weekend. Most of the time, I'm working with USA Boxing, officiating as a referee or a judge, or a lot of times I'll be coaching because I actually have boxers that compete. So
Yeah. Well, I was looking at the Combined Arms website, and they've got you like listed as a class every day at 4:30. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
there every day.
Yeah, that's
It's my second home.
Did you? We're in the military. We take a lot of combatives classes. I know I went through 4 years of combatives. Did you do a lot of boxing in the military?
So I did get a chance to compete and participate with the All Army team.
Okay.
Just about, matter of fact, the very first year that I went in, all the way up until about 2003, and at that point I was too old. I think I was hitting 34. I became too old or whatever. So, but yeah. And then of course, after that, I got into combatives with the Army. That's their version of mixed martial arts or jujitsu. So, it replaced I forget what it used to be called, but
I only know it as combatives.
Combatives,
Modern
yeah.
Army combatives. I was in that era.
So
yeah, when I was in, it was called Fitco Company.
Fitco.
It's called schoolyard brawls when you were in.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it just fed right into all other combative training that I've learned over the years. So
when you made that transition from fighter to coach, talk about that a little bit. How did you make that transition? Because it's tough.
So believe it or not, how I transitioned, and it really wasn't a tough move. What ultimately happened was I would be training in gyms by myself. And so others would come and they would see me and be like, man, you know how to box? And before you know it, they'd want to come and learn. And I found myself teaching. And before you know it, I found that I was really good at it.
Yeah.
I seemed to have a knack for teaching someone something and them getting it just like that. And so I eventually figured this was a calling for me.
Yeah.
And so little by little, I started training others. And before you know it, when they would have like post-wide boxing competitions and unit against unit kind of deal, I'd always end up being the coach for my whatever unit team I was in. And so whenever I did that, we always came away victorious.
Yeah.
So
it's funny you say we talk about coaching. To me, coaching is an art form.
Oh yeah,
it is something different than being a fighter. Being a fighter doesn't make you a good coach.
Oh no,
right?
no.
And you don't have to be a good fighter to be a good coach. If you can see those characteristics in a boxer and teach that, that's key to it. So kudos to you, man. That's great.
Thank you.
That's great. Yeah, it is. Yeah. We mentioned you the other day. We had Tuesday's podcast. We had Operation Turkey. We're talking about Operation Turkey.
Yeah.
And
I'm hoping I can be one of those volunteer sites.
I know I brought you up about that too. And John Calvitis, He's a city leader over Operation Turkey. We brought that up.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay, all right. So I don't know if
Yeah, I'd
anything
love
come
to.
out of it,
That's
but we'll see.
Awesome.
No,
Awesome
you know about
meeting,
Operation Turkey?
I do not. First
Oh,
time here.
Man, it's actually across the country,
Okay.
and it started out. A man was driving home with there's food in his vehicle, and he stopped and gave it to a homeless guy.
Okay.
And the next year, he did it for like, 2 people. And the next year, it was 6 people, then 8 people. And the next thing you know, he's running it out of his garage. Like so many great things have started in garages. And he just got into feeding homeless, and
Okay.
I caught that. He got into feeding homeless and veterans and so forth like that. And now in the city of Houston, they have it. And it's not like you go there to eat. You go on operationturkey.com and you order your meals.
And they bring it to you.
And they bring it to you.
That's awesome.
And it could be veterans, it could be low-income families, it could be anyone, or even if you're a work, first responder working, the day before Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving, and you want to have a meal for your family, you can order it.
Yeah.
They'll deliver it to you.
Was it 8,000 meals they're doing this year?
Yeah.
8,000.
Yeah, they'll do a few extra and everything, but they have what's called their tailgate party, and that's the day before Thanksgiving, and they have people like Good Company Barbecue donating the wood. Goya Food is actually storing all their turkeys for them.
Okay.
They've got a Walgreens involved with it and so forth. Walgreens donates to it. Houston Police Officers Union donates to it, and they get together and they have their tailgate party the day before.
Okay.
And they smoke all these turkeys.
Man.
And they do it at the American Legion Post on over on Campbell Road in Spring, 3105 Campbell Road. And that's Hector Garon's command. He's a commander over there. Then they're going to do it at the Elks Lodge in Katy with Tim Stroud. And then they're going to be at the American Legion Post down in Pasadena with, I think, Bob Gebhard is the commander down there. And they're going to be doing their tailgate parties, preparing all the food and smoking it. And then Thanksgiving Day, they do it again. They get out there like crack of dawn, and they put all the meals together, and they start sending them out to be delivered, And, of course, they still need sponsors. They still need volunteers, But it's a really neat program.
So what's really cool about that is the fact that I'm the head coach for the Texas Southern University Boxing Club. And so to be a member org or any organization on campus, you have a requirement to do so many volunteer hours. So that sounds like a worthwhile event that I could look to try to coordinate.
That'd be awesome to have the
Yeah.
TSU football team come out there and help out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
That would be, yeah. So, I mean,
I'll see if I can make that happen.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I can hook you up with Hector Garon and all them and Tim Stroud. And I was telling you about Tim Stroud.
Yeah.
He's involved with it too. Tim Stroud's involved with everything. Ricky got to meet Tim. I had a blast in a podcast.
Cute little guy.
Cute little guy. In fact, he was sitting at the end of the table and he's like, yeah, I want to sit down here away from the big guys, But he got on a podcast recently with William Gray and Raul Marino. And I said, hey, ask Tim, how's it feel to be the biggest one in the room for once? Because Raul and William are little guys,
Yeah.
And they're cracking up laughing,
We took a picture over here, and Chris is on one side, and I was in the other, and Tim was in the middle. And he looked real cute right in the middle of us.
Man, this Tim Stroud sounds like an amazing individual. I can't wait to
That's
meet
why I'm
him.
telling you to hook up with him, and so forth.
Yeah.
Actually, I was looking through my pictures to see if I had that picture of him.
So, Coach, when you do your volunteers down at the Combined Arms Center,
Mhm.
is that the only location that you have?
That's the only location that I'm at currently. Yeah.
Okay. And are you looking to expand that program, or is that something you're stuck down there? Not stuck down there, but is that somewhere you plan on staying, or are you trying to branch out around the Houston area?
So, like we were discussing earlier, Coach Cap, has a family and would love to be able to do better with, as far as making money or anything like that. So I'm always open to opportunities. But in the meantime, for the most part, that's my home base. I love Combined Arms, the fact that they provided me a home,
Correct.
so to speak. And so through them and using the gym, I'm able to train in TSU club. At one point, I helped the U of H club get started and going.
And these are boxing clubs, right?
Yeah,
boxing clubs?
yeah. One of my initiatives through my nonprofit is to grow high school and college boxing.
Awesome.
And so imagine, just as if you have college football and basketball and all these different things, imagine being able to have boxing within the schools. Yeah. A lot of people are scared of it because they think it's dangerous.
That's true.
But in fact, it's been proven statistically cheerleading is more dangerous than boxing. Yeah. Right.
If you use the right equipment.
Check.
Right.
Check.
And we recently, we've had an influx of young individuals come in here. When I say young, 6 to 13 years of age, that are looking for something other than baseball, football, track, and wrestling. And a lot of young women that are very interested in boxing. I don't know if it's about the self-defense or being able to have the confidence to throw a punch, but we really preach about safety, using the correct hand wraps, using the right gloves, because, like you said, it's more dangerous to play football.
Oh my goodness!
Than it is to box.
It is.
Right?
It really
if you
is.
use the right equipment, it's more dangerous to do those type of sports than it is to box. And not only that, if you do it the right way and you have a good training partner, your training partner's not going to hurt you. Right? Same thing for jiu-jitsu or wrestling. You want to find a partner that is suitable to your style and suitable to your fighting style. So, those are the things that we look for in here, and you got it right, man. It's I wish we could get more of this in schools, not only for the fitness aspect of it, but the discipline aspect of it, right?
Absolutely.
When you're a boxer, there's discipline to boxing in the regime that boxing changes lives.
Boxing changes lives. It's our motto with my nonprofit. It changed my life. When I first started, I was in college. I had actually dropped out of school, running the streets, and then I found boxing. And I wanted to be good at it. I want to be really good at it. And so as a result, I dedicated my life to it. And it literally, it has changed my life. I've traveled places as a result of it. I met some great people as a result of it. So boxing is amazing.
Yep. I agree. Absolutely.
I actually found the photo and I posted up a second. I found little Tim between us, and I posted up the photo. So
sure
it's there.
This.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
Love you, Tim.
Yeah, he just got back from
Italy.
Yeah.
Wow.
He and his girlfriend went there. Yeah. Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah. You cannot say must be nice to Tim because he'll let you know it.
So, Coach, is there anything else you want to talk about when it comes to your nonprofit or just boxing in general? Is there anything you'd like for people to know about you?
So, I mean, my goodness.
You have that much time?
I probably can't even think of I probably can't even think of half the stuff. But like I say, through boxing, I look to mentor young adults, and I'm looking to grow the sport within college and high school. Along with that, you were talking about your dad. My dad as well was in the military. He did 2 tours in Vietnam as a Marine. So,
hoorah.
So, and ironically, when my son graduated high school, he had these dreams of grandeur, going on to be a Division I basketball player. He was real tall at a young age, but he didn't have the work ethic. I made him go to the Army. Needless to say, he has graduated with a degree in computer science. He's just had his first child. Yeah, so I'm a grandfather now, and he just purchased his first home. And oh, by the way, he also boxes. He was ranked number 7 in the nation. I got him to that point with maybe 2.5 years of training, and he didn't even have 10 fights at the time.
Where's he live at?
Yeah, he's here in Houston.
Why don't y'all move in with him?
What's that?
You take care of us now, son.
When you say that, I see the joy in your face, and I can relate just because my son's 21. Just
okay.
21
okay.
Well.
Isn't he going in the Air Force?
No. But he works for NASA. So
nice.
He's a aerospace engineer at UT. 21 years old.
Wow.
He's got 2 years left in college and has already been offered the full-time position at NASA as a tooling engineer.
That is freaking awesome.
Smart kid. super proud of him. But the joy I see in your face when you mention your son,
Oh,
I
yeah.
see
Yeah.
that same thing in me. So, but I've got 2 more to go.
Okay.
But they're young, 7 and newborn. So I got quite a while.
He's got a newborn.
I got the next 30 years.
I have a 7-year-old son and a 6-year-old daughter. So I understand. Yeah.
Don't laugh when you say that, newborn, Chris.
Wait, how old are you now?
I'm 42. I'll be 42 this year.
Okay. I want to say at the 7-year-old, 44. I was 44 years old when my wife told me she was. No, actually, younger than that. Maybe 42 or 3.
Okay.
When I had the 7-year-old and the 6-year-old, she shocked me out of nowhere, talking about, I think I might be pregnant. I'm like, what?
It's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
I've got a friend of mine. He had a newborn at 50.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's tough.
Wow.
And it doesn't get any easier. And the older you get, it doesn't get any easier to keep up with the sleep and the routine and the schools and my daughter is in gymnastics and it takes all of our time.
Wow.
Right. So it's just a lot. Kids are a lot. They're a lot of responsibility. They're joyous. Don't take that the wrong way, but they're a lot of work.
How old is she?
7.
My 7-year-old at 6 taught herself how to do a backwards flip.
Oh wow.
Self-taught.
Wow.
Crazy.
So I'm at the house one day and I go over to his house.
Mm-hmm.
We live 3 houses apart, 2 houses apart. And I go over to his house and I'd never met his daughter. I've seen his daughter in the house. Well, the daughter is bouncing all over the house and spinning everywhere. And I'm like, oh my God.
She reads books and handstands.
I mean,
Really?
Yeah.
what is on this? What's this kid on? I mean, 8:00 at night and it's just spinning all over the
Energy
place.
for days.
Sounds like an X-Man.
She's energy for days.
That's
But
awesome.
her work ethic is amazing. She does gymnastics 12 hours a week plus private lessons.
Wow.
I'd love to brag about her, but she's actually ranked in the country as 7-year-olds in gymnastics. So
Yeah.
she's pretty amazing. Yeah. She's got some athletic ability. I got one smart one athletic, and I don't know what the heck this next one. What this next one's going to be.
Wild child.
Yeah, it'll probably be the worst one. But,
That one will not have a choice but to be great.
Got to follow the
Because,
footsteps, man.
it's around greatness. So.
You think?
I hope so.
Iron sharpens iron. It's fact.
If not, they would be living over there with Chris.
Hell no. Bailey, come here. All I need.
No, but I really do admire what you're doing, Coach.
Thank you.
I think it's an amazing thing that you're doing, especially for veterans. We do the same thing here, man. You come here and you're a veteran. We're not free, but we damn near make it free for you. I'd love to offer you, if you ever need space and you're looking for some place to go, I'd love to offer you some space here, man. I think it'd be great.
I knew me and this guy was going to get along with him. I just knew
I love supporting people with a passion in doing something they love to do. Not only that, veterans, we don't have it the easiest when it comes to businesses and disabilities and the fight that we have, not only when we were in the military, but outside of that.
Yeah, once you get out,
the mental and physical fight lives on us forever. But if you ever need a space, it's here for you. So I'd love to offer that up to you. I think that'd be amazing.
Man.
So I got a message the other day from this guy's wife going, "Hey, I know a great American hero you need to have on your podcast." And I went, "Oh crap, what's this?" Because I get quite a few of these messages now from people going, "Hey, I got this person that ought to be in your podcast," and I said, "Well, tell me a little bit about him," and she goes and writes a book on my Facebook Messenger, and I'm like, I think he'd get along real well with my co-host, Mr. Ricky Cruz. And I thought, I think we ought to have him on the podcast. Huh?
Who was this guy?
This one right here.
Yeah, she hit him up, and it's funny because she manages my social media and everything. She doesn't like it, but I call her my sexy brain. Anyway, needless to say, she's always coordinating stuff, throwing me in, and I have no idea, but she really keeps me on my toes.
You know what I call that?
What's that?
That's the rock.
The rock.
The rock in the relationship, right? Because my wife does the same thing. If it wasn't for her, man, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
my
yeah.
wife is that rock.
I
But,
do give her
Neither with
that
your
credit.
kids.
But it's funny, it's crazy you say that, because 90% of the time I find out about things right before they're about to happen.
Yeah.
Right? She was like, "Oh, by the way, we got to do this. There's a lady coming today to interview for the Latina business owners, and so they're going to interview me and you." I'm like, "When?" "Oh, she'll be here at 9:00.
But you're German.
Today?
You're German though.
I am German. I'm German in Guamania, but my wife's Hispanic. So
Oh
I fall in
wow!
that category.
I thought he was his.
No,
I thought he was
But,
Hispanic.
Yeah,
so
he's German, man.
while we're on the air, let me clear this here. I am German and Asian Pacific Islander. My
Okay.
dad is from Guam. My mom's from Germany. My wife is from Houston, but Hispanic. Parents are from Mexico. So, but I have Japanese, Chinese, Filipino, German, Hungarian, Czech. All
Man,
that.
we
So
just gonna call
I
you
am
Gumbo.
I am a mixture.
He and I are Heinz 57s.
That's right. 57 varieties.
Yep.
But,
That's me too, man.
but my name is Enrique Cruz. So
Okay.
everybody already thinks I speak Spanish. And funny.
Do
funny-
you?
No, not one single. Donde está la biblioteca is about all I can say.
Mine is El Toro de Monte. No.
But when I met my wife, I met her family,
Uh-huh.
and her uncle talked to me for about 20 minutes in Spanish. And I just kept saying, sí, 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 sí. And about 20 minutes later, he goes, "You didn't understand a word I said." So that's a running joke we have in the family.
Wow.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I don't speak a bit of English. I did a year and a half in Luxembourg.
Okay.
I worked for Goodyear at the time, and my first language is German. So of course I'm there, and I'm the plant manager introducing myself, and I said Enrique Cruz. And they were like, "Yeah." So I give my entire speech in German, and they're just looking at me like,
What the?
"Oh, what the heck?" Then I moved to Houston, and they put on the screen, "New plant manager coming, Enrique Cruz," and the whole crew is like, "Yes, Hispanic boss." And I don't speak a lick of Spanish. And my supervisor looked at me. He said, "Oh, you're a Mexican made in China."
You know,
I said, "Yeah,
when
that's
I was
great."
a kid growing up, we had a bay house in Galveston, and we're down there every weekend all summer long. And I was so dark, it was unbelievable. One day I'm at the zoo with my sister and my nephew and niece, and this Mexican guy comes up to me and starts speaking Spanish, asking me about the zoo, and I'm like, "What?" You know? And I'm so dark, he just thought I was,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm like, "Man, I don't know, what are you saying?" You know? And I was
I'll tell you
getting
what,
that a
Chris,
lot.
if you're Hispanic, you're the largest Hispanic
know.
man I've ever met in my life. Well, Coach, let me tell you, man, it's been a pleasure talking to you today,
Yeah.
man. I really enjoyed it.
We got to go over one more thing, though.
Yeah, what's
We
that?
do. We have an event coming up with this gentleman, and let's talk about that real quick.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
event coming up, Veterans Day weekend.
Yes.
Yep, I got your flyer up on the screen right now.
Awesome.
Freedom Showcase, and it even has your business name on it already too.
Oh, look at that. HTX.
HGX, yeah. Save the date. Man, there you go. Talk about it.
So it's going to be our second year hosting and holding this event. It's a fundraiser for my organization, of course, but we also see it as a great opportunity to highlight veteran businesses, veterans in general. Speaking of which, we're going to have a superstar veteran at the show. He
Thank
won.
you.
He was in the '88 Olympics. He won a gold medal.
Not me.
He's a former world champion.
Oh, nice.
Is known for one of the greatest knockouts in boxing by the name of Merciless Ray Mercer.
Ray Mercer.
So we're flying him in. He's going to be there at the event. We may have a few other superstars in the building.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Ray
yeah.
Mercer was, I can tell you, that man had one heck of a right hand.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Crucial.
Oh,
Crucial.
between him and Mike, I don't know who had the stronger right hand, but Ray Mercer was just a beast in that ring, man.
Yeah.
He was. He hurt some people.
Talk about changing
Oh,
lives.
he hurt some people. Let me tell you.
He had a right hand that was changing lives.
Whew.
Yeah.
I want to say I went to school with a young kid back when in elementary school.
Mhm.
His name was Mario Lasissi, and I remember him telling me that his cousin was Ray Mercer at the time. This was back in
Oh, wow.
89, 88, 89.
Okay.
And I remember going to his house, watch that fight. I don't remember who he was fighting at the time, but I just remember seeing him throw that right hand and hitting that guy, knocking him out cold. It was like third round knockout.
No, wasn't Tommy Morrison, was it?
No, that was after
okay.
Tommy Gunn, but he destroyed Tommy Gunn too.
So where's this event going to be held at?
So it's going to be held at a place called the ULH Center. It's between 45 and Bush Intercontinental, right off the Feeder Road, back down. I can't remember the street exactly, but
Off the Beltway?
yeah, right off the Beltway. It's a really nice facility.
All right.
They do a lot of weddings and different things there. So, yeah, we're excited.
Okay.
We're excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, hey, he's Northside Trash too. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm more east side. I'm more east.
You're
than north,
northeast, but you're still Northside Trash, man.
Oh my.
I'm Northside Trash. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So here in this showcase, what particularly are you doing? Is it actual boxing matches or?
It will be actually competitive boxing matches. I have so here's one for you. I have a 74-year-old master boxer. Got a hell of a right hand. He's a former Army veteran. He's now in the oil industry or whatever, but he actually boxes, trains out of Main Street Boxing Gym.
Oh yeah.
Along with him, I just as of yesterday got a phone call from the coach in Canada that's talking about bringing a whole team of guys down.
Man, that'd be awesome.
And so I know our boxers here locally are going to be excited about that because several of those boxers are national champions in Canada. So, of course, our guys think we're the best or we know we're the best. And so we're definitely going to want to step up for that challenge.
Yeah.
But then what's even more amazing about this opportunity is I've reached out and connected with one of our sponsors, the U.S. Marines, the Marines Houston Recruiting Command.
Okay.
And I am working on trying to get several Marine recruiters to box against several Army recruiters. So I'm working on some really cool competitive matches for the event.
Those poor Marines.
Hoorah.
So, yeah, we're trying to turn this into a thing. You know, I even reached out to a friend of mine who's now the WCAP World Class Athletic Program, which used to be All Army. He runs the team now. Reached out to him. It was a little too short notice, but we're already working on bringing them the All Army team or WCAP team. And I want to set it up so we could do Team Texas versus the actual Army team, and maybe eventually get the Marines team, the actual boxing teams to come down and box against Team Texas.
That'd be awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on this, man. I know anytime you do, this is our second annual. It's a big deal, right? So congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Awesome event. November 12th, I'm gonna make some plans to be out there.
I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love to have you.
Yeah. We'll see. That's going to be a busy weekend for me. A lot of events that weekend, but I'll see.
Now, watch this. As the coach of Texas Southern, every year they have the Labor Day Classic, which is Texas Southern versus Prairie View football game.
Yep.
It's always that Saturday. I am literally working on making the very first TSU versus Prairie View Labor Day boxing event that would happen that day prior next year here 2023 Labor Day weekend here in Houston. So I'm sparking some fires and making some stuff happen. So
do you have a website by chance?
I do. It is www.capboxing.org. ORG. Yeah. And you can also keep up with me on Instagram at Coach Cap, CAP, Coach Cap.
Well, I'm gonna jump on Instagram right now and give you a follow here.
I just bring that up because we have a lot of people that are just listeners on this podcast, so we want to make sure we give them that website address. And Ricky, do you have a website address for HTX?
I do. It's www.htxfightcamp.com. We have that same thing for ATX. So it's atxfightcamp.com.
For the new Austin
The
location?
new Austin location.
Awesome, yeah.
And you can follow us on IG at HTX Fight Camp or at ATX Fight Camp. So we have them all there.
And once again, let's a reminder, of course, of people watching, they can see it at the bottom of the screen. Show sponsors, of course, is Patriot Knife Coffee, www.patriotknifecoffee.com. Use the discount code podcast and save 20% off your order. And also Charlie Mike Military Apparel. You get free shipping through them. And once again, I want to thank y'all for coming on. But, something, I just want to bring up some other graphics real quick. If you're not in the Houston area, we got to see something outstanding this week. Our 110-year-old battleship, Texas,
made it across.
Has moved from LaPorte to Galveston. It's in a dry dock being repaired, and it hasn't moved in 70 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a picture of it while they were moving it away. And here's a recent photo I got this morning of it in dry dock. That's an impressive photo right there. Yeah. So it's being repaired, and they don't have a new location for it yet. When it's finished, they don't know where they're going to put it.
Huh.
I'm like, hello, but let's see Wolf Park, Yeah. So, yeah. And then also I need to remind you all that coming up September 17th, Saturday, is the second annual VOW 22 Gala and Auction. VOW22.org, great organization helping out veterans in with PTSD. And this month is Veterans PTSD Awareness Month. So please keep that in mind. VOW22, great organization run by U.S. Marine David Vinson and his wife Stephanie. Great couple, great organization. I go to their walk. They have a march they do every year, a little hike and so forth, and then they have their gala. So great organization. If you could give them a hand. And once again, I want to thank y'all for coming on, Mr. Coach Cap, I should say. Yeah. And thank you, Ricky, for giving us a hand today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And one thing I always say, never let them be forgotten.
You've been listening to Vets and Coffee, the podcast. As you can see, veterans and coffee are Tree's passions, and we want to make a difference in the veterans community. And with your help and continued listenership, we'll do exactly that. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. See you next time on Vets and Coffee, the podcast.